In today's video, we will be reviewing the Greater Phoenix metro area real estate market statistics, looking back at numbers for October 2023 and into the future. Plus, we have a local lender who's going to be giving us top tips as to why now may be the best time to purchase a home of your own. You don't want to miss this one. Let's dive right into it. Jennifer, what statistic are we going to be hearing about first?
New inventory. We had just under 7,300, and last month we had just over 7,000, and last year this time we had just over 7,400.
So in the big picture, new inventory is holding about the same. We're obviously up from last month, but down a little bit from last year. By the way, my name is Sean Rogers, the lead of the Mr. Rogers Homes real estate team, and we make videos all about living in Arizona, just like this one. If you're interested in learning more, please click the subscribe button.
Let's roll into active listings. We had just over 15,300, and the previous month we had just over 13,400. And last year this time we had a huge amount, over 19,500 active listings.
So, Jennifer, we can see by the numbers that last year we had almost, like you said, 20,000 listings. So we're down from last year, but we can see we're creeping up from last month. And that's a good thing to see active listings, because some people I speak to would love to buy a home of their own ASAP, but as the saying goes, are on the fence for one reason or another. Knowing that, I've asked Reggie from Green Home Loans, a local lending expert, to go over the top 4 objections to purchasing a home throughout this video. Reggie, what's the first objection?
The number one objection: I want to wait until house prices go down. They're too high right now. So we're going to share a chart with you over here, and it's going to show the median home prices in the U.S. from 1960 until today. And one of the things you're going to notice is the values don't go like this and this and this. They basically go like this. Now there's a couple small blips and a larger blip around 2007 to 2010, but over time, houses appreciate and there's not much up and down. Now, that's one of the biggest reasons why the average homeowner has a net worth of almost 40 times the average renter.
Here comes number of closings. Very interesting.
In October, we had just about 4,700. In the previous month, we had just over 5,500. And last year, this time, we had just under 5,000.
So once again, the numbers are painting a picture. Last year, about 5,000. Last month, about 5,500. And then we saw a dip of closings down to 4,700, which is probably, in my humble opinion, tying into interest rates.
Here comes the favorite for both buyers and sellers. Average sales price. We had just under 576,000. The previous month, we had just under 557,000. And last year this time, we had almost 544,000.
Wow, so up and away with the average sales price, which again shows us or tells us that people are interested in buying. So let's ask Reggie what the second objection to purchasing a home is. Reggie, take it away.
The number 2 objection we hear is, I can't afford the mortgage payment. Now, this is a valid concern, because if you can't afford the mortgage payment, you shouldn't purchase the house. But I want to make sure you're educated on this situation. Now, we're going to share a chart right over here, and it's going to show the median rent prices from 1940 until today in the U.S. And you're going to notice that rent prices continue to go up. So a mortgage payment might be slightly higher at the beginning, but if rent prices go up and you're in a fixed rate mortgage that doesn't adjust unless your taxes and insurance adjust, usually your mortgage payment is going to be lower over time. The other thing that's super important to realize is there's a lot of creative ways to get your payment lower. Okay, you can ask for seller concessions from the seller, and a lot of times you can permanently or temporarily buy down your interest rate and payment. You could also look at buying the house with someone and sharing the payments, or also you could look at renting the rooms so your mortgage payment is effectively lower.
Sold to list price ratio. Jennifer, can you explain what that is?
Sure. Plain and simple. If a seller gets their list price, that would be 100%. So last month we had just about 98%. The month before, it was the same, 98%. And last year, this time, it was down at about 97% list price ratio.
So over the course of 12 months, it seems by the numbers that sellers are getting about 97 to 98% of the number they're asking for when listing their property. If you're considering buying and or selling real estate here in the Valley of the Sun, make sure you download our free guides below.
On to listing success rate. In October, we had just about 75%. The month previous, we had just about 78%. And this time last year, we had just about 68%.
So it looks like we're down from last month, but definitely up from last year. And it's really kind of tough to tell with this statistic. I think sometimes you and I are on the same page when it comes to days on market, don't always reflect how quickly or how successful sellers are in getting their property sold. But it's good to see that we're starting to level off. There was no real true spike in this statistic, or in fact deep dive either. And I wonder, this is great information, and I love the charts, I love the information. I hope everybody's getting something out of it. If you are, please click like, subscribe, leave us a comment. And on that note, Reggie, could you tell us what that third reason why some people who are interested in buying may not be pulling the proverbial trigger right now?
The number 3 most common objection to homeownership is I do not have a down payment. And I'm here to tell you there is a ton of down payment assistance options on the market which bridge the gap from the loan amount to the purchase price, and many of them you do not have to be a first-time homeowner to qualify for. So if you don't have a down payment, don't let that perturb you from at least looking at your options and seeing what type of down payment assistance options you can qualify for.
That's what I call teamwork. Thank you, Reggie. Jennifer, let's get right into month's supply of inventory.
Last month, we had just over 3 months supply of inventory. The previous month, we had just about 2.5 months. And last year, this time, we had about 4 months.
I say this time and time again, a healthy inventory is somewhere between 2 and 4 months. So over the last year, we're right about where we need to be. It does seem by the numbers that we're looking at, last year would have been a better time for buyers to purchase a property, but by no means right now is it a bad time. In fact, we're right about at that point where it's a good idea for buyers and or sellers to reach out to us and see where they are.
And last but not least, average days on market. In October, it was 55. The previous month was 56. And last year, this time was 54. So it's pretty much been the same for the past 12 months.
Yes, it appears that it has been. I'd like to thank Reggie for providing this valuable insight for our viewers. Let's hear that last most common objection to home ownership. Reggie?
The number 4 most common objection to homeownership is I want to work on my credit. Now, I'm here to tell you that there is a lot of home loan options with your credit scores being in the 500. Now, even if you don't qualify with where your credit scores are, a lot of clients make the mistake of trying to improve their credit on their own. And keep in mind, a mortgage professional is often seeing thousands of credit reports, and you're better off getting your credit pulled with a mortgage professional and having them advise you on what you need to do to get your credit scores where they need to be to qualify.
I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure you watch this one. Until next time, please take care. God bless America. I'll talk to you soon.